What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. And today, as you can see from the title, we are going to talk about getting models that are not fitting together to basically fit together, how to solve that problem, and how to basically balance out a model or just make them not so top or bottom heavy. So let's hop to it. So first up, we're going to talk about how to get models that aren't fitting together to fit together. So specifically what I mean by that is models that you have keyed, essentially made, like for example, this type of, this type of basically extension coming out of the model to get them to fit into each other. So sometimes you download things off of Thingiverse or off of Colts 3D and they don't slide together. These fortunately do, but say this piece was a little too big or this piece was a little too small, like the opening, usually what happens is this right here is a little bit too big. I can't tell you time and time again it has happened. It actually kind of happened for this back piece, but I was able to just shave down a little bit of it and it's still a tight fit, as you guys can see here, but it fits together. So we're gonna go over how to fix that real quick. So let's hop over to the computer. Guys, so here we are in Kyurem. I've got two pieces loaded in. Specifically, they are like pieces of Bakugo's grenade gun that I used for a client. These two pieces don't go together, but they will basically demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. So let's see here. Here we have this piece, and as you guys can see right here, we have one of the extensions that slides into one of these. So again, these two pieces don't go together, but it gets the idea across. So if this piece right here will not fit into this piece, what we have to do is click this piece, go over to scaling. You can see it's scaled at 100%. What you could do is I have found the sweet spot to be about 5 to 8%. So we would drop this down to say 95, or actually like 95, 92 or so, 93, somewhere around there. You want to make sure that you have uniform scaling turned on for items that are large like this, because you don't want to only change one of the axes, like the Z, the Y, or the X. You want to change the entire thing. Now, you're going to have to do this for every piece that slides into, one of these other pieces. Usually, on other models, it's just one piece, but when you have something like this, you're going to have to do it for every single piece. And then another option to do is, if you don't want to drop this one so much because it's going to, of course, change the overall grenade gauntlet, you're going to want to say, we're going to take it back to 100. What you're going to want to do is, let's say, drop this one to 98, and then you can up this one just by a little, say like 101. So all we did was make this entire piece smaller and this entire piece larger. Now, it should fit together. Maybe you can use a little bit of sanding. I actually sometimes use a little bit of, not gel, I'm sorry, what is the word I'm looking for? Use a little bit of wax, basically, and it will slide together in there. It definitely helps it out, but that's basically how I get these pieces to go together. The other option would be to use Blender. Now, I have a tutorial on this, so you guys can search for my other Blender video, but that's basically how I get these pieces to slide together. This is a lifesaver, a game changer. It helps me out a lot. So definitely give that a shot if you are having pieces sliding together, like pieces that won't fit together. The second order of business we have after getting these pegs to basically shrink down and fit together better is making sure models are not too heavy in one area. As you can see, this gun is very thick essentially in the front, and all of the weight is going to be like this. Well, there's a very simple way to prevent that from happening. So let's hop over to Cure and I'm going to show you how to do that one. All right, so for our second order of business, we have pieces that are too heavy in one area, or basically pieces that you need to be heavier in a certain area and not in other. So the item I was holding was Lucian's pistols from League of Legends. This is a very, very large gun, and the top is much heavier than the back is. So a very simple solution that I do to fix this, because I don't want all of the weight in the front, is simply reduce the infill density. So I'll lower the density to say 10% of just the front piece. So that automatically will make the front piece now half as heavy as the back, because the back has a 20% infill. And that right there helps distribute some of the weight more to the back of the gun, and maybe I'd say I'd make the middle 15% or so. But it's basically all you're doing is distributing the weight across the gun so that it's not as heavy. Now, you do have to be careful, of course, because when you do less infill density, that makes the part not as solid, not as sturdy. But I mean, it will still be fine. Just keep that in mind though. So if you're having any pieces that are too heavy in one general area, for example, if you want to make Yoko's gun, you don't want all of the weight to be in the front because it's going to weigh the gun down since it's so large. You can just put more weight in the back of the gun and that'll help keep it up. So another little trick I learned throughout this 3D printing journey. All right, guys, so I hope these tips definitely help you out. This was something I had to figure out through trial and error. I still don't have it down completely, but this has helped me a lot. I mean, I can't explain how many times I was trying to figure out how to get these pegs to fit together and they just simply wouldn't, and figured that out. So definitely give it a shot. Hopefully it will help you guys out. Also, this is the newest model. It will be in the store right after this episode. Lucian's pistols from League of Legends. If you play League of Legends, you know Lucian is awesome. I need to print Sentinels. Well, sorry. I need to print Senna's enormous gun. I would like my girlfriend to be Senna and I was gonna be Lucian. And these would be the pistols that I'd be using. And anyone who plays League of Legends knows that Senna's gun, her massive, I don't even know what that gun is even larger than the Wolfwood's cross. So that thing is gonna probably be about like 10 feet across. I gotta figure out how to do that, how to get supports in and everything. Just one of the other mini projects I have to work on, along with finishing off the armor sitting over here on the side. But it's all gonna happen. We have a lot of time left in this year. I'm gonna get to it all. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this brief episode. I hope it helps you out. If it does, definitely let me know in the comment sections below. And until next time, stay balanced. See you guys. Bye-bye.